Welcome to our special Then and Now video, where we take a look back at the amazing cast of What's Happening, the classic sitcom that brought us laughter, life lessons, and unforgettable characters. Premiering in 1976, What's Happening followed the adventures of Raj, Rerun, Dwayne, Dee, and their friends as they navigated teenage life in Los Angeles. With its lovable characters, hilarious moments, and heartfelt stories, the show quickly became a fan favorite and remains a beloved part of TV history. But what happened to the stars after the show ended? Where did their careers take them? And what are they up to today? In this video, we'll explore the then and now of the What's Happening cast, celebrating their journeys and legacies. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more nostalgic content. And let's dive in. When we think of What's Happening, one of the first characters that comes to mind is the lovable and energetic Frederick Rerun Stubbs, played by the unforgettable Fred Berry. With his signature red beret, suspenders, and smooth dance moves, Rerun became one of the most iconic characters of 1970s television. His fun-loving personality and hilarious antics made him a fan favorite, and to this day, his influence can still be seen in pop culture. Fred Berry was born on March 19, 1951, in St. Louis, Missouri. Before he became a television star, he was already making waves in the entertainment world as a dancer. Berry was part of the Lockers, a pioneering dance crew that helped popularize the art of breakdancing and locking. His incredible moves and energetic performances set him apart, making him the perfect fit for the role of Rerun when What's Happening debuted in 1976. On the show, Rerun was known for his over-the-top personality, love of food, and obsession with becoming a professional dancer. His friendships with Raj, Dwayne, Dee, and Shirley made for some of the funniest moments in the series. Whether he was sneaking into concerts, trying to scam his way into fame, or getting caught in crazy schemes, Rerun always kept viewers entertained. His comedic timing and physical humor were a huge part of what made What's Happening such a beloved show. After the original series ended in 1979, Fred Berry reprised his role in the 1985 sequel, What's Happening Now, which brought back many of the original cast members. While the show wasn't as successful as the original, it gave fans another chance to see Rerun in action. Berry's career, however, faced ups and downs after the series, as he struggled with typecasting. Outside of acting, Fred Berry faced personal battles, including issues with health and addiction. At one point, he left Hollywood and became a born-again Christian, later working as a minister. He also traveled across the country, sharing his story of faith and redemption, inspiring others with his journey. Though he faced struggles, Fred Berry never lost the love of his fans. He continued to make guest appearances on television, including roles in Scrubs, Martin, and even commercials that paid tribute to his legendary role as Rerun. He embraced his iconic status and was always grateful for the support of his audience. Sadly, Fred Berry passed away on October 21, 2003, at the age of 52 due to complications from a stroke. His passing was a huge loss for fans of What's Happening and for the entertainment industry as a whole. However, his legacy as Rerun lives on, with his influence still seen in comedy and dance today. As we reflect on his journey in 2025, it's clear that Fred Berry left a lasting impact on television history. His ability to bring joy and laughter to audiences remains unmatched, and his character Rerun continues to be remembered as one of the most entertaining figures of 1970s sitcoms. From his dance moves to his infectious humor, Fred Berry will always be a legend. Stay tuned as we continue exploring the cast of What's Happening and where their journeys have taken them over the years. When we think of what is happening, the heart of the show was undoubtedly Roger Raj Thomas, played by the talented Ernest Lee Thomas. As the intelligent and sometimes overly ambitious aspiring writer, Raj was the glue that held the group together, balancing the wild antics of his best friends, Rerun and Dwayne, while constantly trying to outsmart his witty younger sister, Dee. Born on March 26, 1949, in Gary, Indiana, Ernest Lee Thomas was passionate about acting from a young age. Before his breakout role in What's Happening, he studied at the prestigious American Academy of Dramatic Arts in New York, where he honed his craft. He started his career with guest appearances in popular TV shows, including The Jeffersons, before landing the lead role in What's Happening. In 1906, as Raj, Thomas brought warmth and humor to the show, portraying a relatable teenager navigating life, school, and family. His signature look, thick glasses and a charming, wide-eyed expression, became a defining characteristic of the series. Whether he was coming up with new schemes, dealing with strict yet loving guidance from his mother Mabel King, or getting into hilarious debates with Dee, Raj was a character fans could root for. After What's Happening ended in 1909, Thomas reprised his role in the sequel series, What's Happening Now, which aired from 1985 to 1988. This continuation followed an older Raj, now married and running a newspaper, showcasing his growth from a young dreamer to a responsible adult. The revival kept fans engaged and reminded everyone why they loved Raj in the first place. But Ernest Lee Thomas didn't stop there. Unlike some actors who get typecast, he continued to build a diverse and successful career. He appeared in several hit TV shows and movies, including Everybody Hates Chris, where he played the hilarious and eccentric character Mr. Omar, a funeral director who often delivered darkly funny one-liners. His role on the show introduced him to a new generation of fans, proving his comedic timing was as sharp as ever. Beyond TV, Thomas also had roles in films like Malcolm X, Dickie Roberts, Former Child Star, and Funny People, 2009, showcasing his range as an actor. His ability to transition between comedy and drama has allowed him to maintain a steady career, earning respect in the industry. As of 2025, Ernest Lee Thomas is still active in Hollywood, continuing to take on new roles and make appearances at conventions and fan events. He's embraced his legacy from What's Happening, while also carving out a successful path beyond it. Fans love his engaging personality, and he's always happy to share stories about his time on the iconic sitcom. At 75 years old, Thomas remains an inspiration, proving that a career in entertainment can have longevity with hard work and talent. His journey from a young actor with big dreams to a respected industry veteran is truly remarkable. What's next for Ernest Lee Thomas? Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure. His role as Raj will always be remembered as one of the most beloved characters in sitcom history. Stay tuned as we continue to explore the What's Happening cast and see where their journeys have taken them over the years. When talking about What's Happening, one character who always brought the laughs was Shirley Wilson, played by the hilarious Shirley Hemphill. As the sharp-tongued, no-nonsense waitress at Rob's place, Shirley was known for her quick comebacks, fearless attitude, and ability to put anyone in their place, especially Rerun and Raj. Her tough love and sass made her one of the most iconic characters of the show, and to this day, she remains a fan favorite. Shirley Hemphill was born on July 1, 1907, in Asheville, North Carolina. She didn't originally set out to be an actress. Her journey into entertainment started when she sent a cassette tape of her comedy routines to Flip Wilson, a famous comedian at the time. Impressed by her talent, Wilson encouraged her to move to Los Angeles and pursue a career in stand-up comedy. After making a name for herself in the comedy scene, Shirley landed her breakout role as Shirley Wilson on What's Happening in 1906. With her larger-than-life personality and razor-sharp wit, she quickly became one of the most entertaining parts of the show. Whether she was shutting down Rerun's antics, joking around with Raj, or dealing with the customers at Rob's place, Shirley brought energy and humor to every scene. When What's Happening ended in 1979, Shirley was such a beloved character that she was given her own sitcom, One in a Million, 1980, where she played a hard-working taxi driver who suddenly becomes the owner of a huge company. Unfortunately, the show was short-lived, but that didn't stop her from continuing her career in comedy and television. In 1985, she reprised her role as Shirley Wilson in What's Happening Now, the sequel series that reunited most of the original cast. Fans were thrilled to see her back, and her presence added the same charm and humor that made her so popular in the original show. Even after What's Happening Now ended in 1988, Shirley Hemphill never stopped working. She continued performing stand-up comedy across the country and made guest appearances in popular TV shows like The Wayans Brothers, Moesha, and Martin. Her influence in the world of comedy was undeniable, and many comedians who came after her saw her as a trailblazer. Sadly, Shirley Hemphill passed away on December 10, 1999, at the age of 52 due to kidney failure. Her passing was a huge loss to the entertainment industry, but her legacy lives on. She paved the way for many female comedians, proving that women could be just as bold, fearless, and hilarious as their male counterparts. Even in 2025, Shirley Hemphill remains an unforgettable part of television history. Her portrayal of Shirley Wilson brought joy to millions, and her impact as a comedian continues to inspire new generations of performers. Her humor, talent, and larger-than-life personality will always be remembered. Stay tuned as we continue to explore the What's Happening cast and where their journeys have taken them over the years. When we think of What's Happening, one of the most memorable and beloved characters was Mabel "Mama" Thomas, played by the legendary Mabel King. As the strong-willed yet loving mother of Raj and Dee, she ruled the household with wisdom, discipline, and a sharp sense of humor. Her no-nonsense attitude made her a standout on the show, and her presence brought warmth and authenticity to the Thomas family. Born on December 25, 1932, in Charleston, South Carolina, Mabel King had a career that extended far beyond television. Before she became Mama Thomas, she was already an accomplished singer and stage actress, showcasing her powerful voice and commanding presence. She first gained recognition for her role in the Broadway musical The Wiz, where she originated the role of Eveline, the Wicked Witch of the West. Her performance was so dynamic that she was cast in the 1978 film adaptation alongside Diana Ross and Michael Jackson. Mabel King brought depth and strength to the role of Mama on What's Happening, playing a single mother raising two children while trying to instill values and discipline in her often mischievous son Raj, Ernest Lee Thomas, and sharp-tongued daughter Dee, Danielle Spencer. Whether she was scolding Raj for another one of his schemes or delivering heartfelt advice, she was the perfect blend of stern yet caring. However, despite her strong presence on the show, Mabel King left What's Happening after 2 seasons due to creative differences. She reportedly wanted to show a more realistic portrayal of a Black family, advocating for the presence of a strong father figure, but the show's producers had other creative directions. Her departure left a noticeable gap in the series as fans missed her commanding presence. Even after leaving the show, Mabel King's career continued to flourish. She appeared in numerous films and television shows, including The Jerk, 1979, where she played Steve Martin's adoptive mother, and Scrooge, 1988, alongside Bill Murray. Her deep, booming voice and strong comedic timing made her a sought-after character actress throughout the 1980s. Unfortunately, Mabel King's later years were marked by significant health struggles. She battled diabetes, which led to several complications, including the amputation of both legs and the loss of her eyesight. Despite these hardships, she remained a strong and dignified presence, inspiring those around her with her resilience. On November 9, 1999, Mabel King passed away at the age of 66. Her death was a heartbreaking loss to Hollywood, but her legacy as a powerful actress, singer, and advocate for stronger family representation in media lives on. Even in 2025, Mabel King remains an unforgettable figure in television history. Her role as Mama Thomas set the standard for strong maternal figures on TV, and her performances in film and theater continue to be celebrated. Whether on Broadway, in movies, or as the tough yet loving mother in What's Happening, Mabel King's presence was larger than life, and her influence is still felt today. Stay tuned as we continue to explore the What's Happening cast and where their journeys have taken them over the years. When looking back at What's Happening, one of the most recognizable and beloved supporting characters was Rob, the owner of Rob's Place, played by the talented Earl Billings. As the gruff yet good-hearted boss of Shirley and a frequent presence in the gang's lives, Rob brought humor, wisdom, and a sense of community to the show. Earl Billings was born on July 4, 1945, in Cleveland, Ohio. Long before he became known as the no-nonsense restaurant owner on What's Happening, he had been building a solid career in film, television, and theater. His deep voice, commanding presence, and natural comedic timing made him a perfect fit for sitcoms and What's Happening. gave him the opportunity to showcase his talent to a wider audience. As Rob, Billings played the owner of the neighborhood hangout spot Rob's Place, where Raj, Rerun, and Dwayne frequently spent their time. Though he often acted grumpy, it was clear that he cared deeply about his employees, especially Shirley Hemphill, and the kids who visited his restaurant. His witty exchanges with Shirley and his occasional life advice to the teens made him an important part of the show's charm. When What's Happening ended in 1979, Earl Billings reprised his role as Rob in the sequel series What's Happening Now, which ran from 1985 to 1988. His return brought nostalgia and continuity to the show, as Rob's Place remained the central gathering spot for the main characters, now navigating adulthood. However, What's Happening was just the beginning of Earl Billings' long and successful acting career. He went on to appear in numerous TV shows and films, becoming one of Hollywood's most reliable character actors. His television credits include Good Times, The Jeffersons, Martin, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and Ally McBeal. No matter the role, Billings brought his signature warmth and humor to every project. Beyond sitcoms, he also took on more serious roles, proving his versatility as an actor. He appeared in films like Something New and American Splendor, where he showcased a more dramatic side of his talent. One of his most notable later roles was starring in the controversial and critically acclaimed film Mississippi Damned, which tackled deep social and racial issues. This role highlighted his ability to bring depth and gravitas to even the most challenging storylines. As of 2025, Earl Billings is still going strong, continuing to take on acting roles and making occasional appearances at events celebrating classic television. With a career spanning over 5 decades, he has left an undeniable mark on the entertainment industry. Fans still remember and appreciate his portrayal of Rob, the lovable but no-nonsense restaurant owner, and his legacy in television remains strong. Whether it's through reruns of What's Happening or his countless other appearances, Earl Billings' contributions to the world of acting will never be forgotten. What's Happening had many unforgettable characters, and among them was Mrs. Collins, the strict yet sometimes humorous teacher played by the talented Fritzi Burr. Though she wasn't a main character, her appearances on the show always added a fun dynamic, especially when dealing with Raj, Rerun, and Dwayne. Born on May 31, 1924 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Fritzi Burr was a veteran actress with a long and successful career in television, film, and theater. Before she became known for her role in What's Happening, she had already built an impressive resume, making guest appearances in many classic sitcoms. In What's Happening, Burr played Mrs. Collins, a no-nonsense teacher who often found herself frustrated with Raj and his friends' antics. She brought authority to the classroom, but also had moments of humor that made her interactions with the students entertaining. While her character was strict, she was never mean-spirited, just a teacher trying her best to keep the kids in line. Even though her role in What's Happening was small, Fritzi Burr's career extended far beyond the show. She was a frequent guest star on popular sitcoms from the 1960s to the 1990s. Some of her notable television appearances included Sanford and Son, The Jeffersons, Happy Days, Laverne and Shirley, The Golden Girls, and Murphy Brown. She was known for playing characters with strong personalities, sometimes strict teachers, nosy neighbors, or quirky older women. Her ability to bring humor and charm to even the smallest roles made her a respected character actress in Hollywood. Aside from TV, Fritzi Burr also appeared in films like The Strongest Man in the World and The Front Page, showcasing her versatility in both comedy and drama. Sadly, Fritzi Burr passed away on January 17, 2003, at the age of 78. Though she is no longer with us, her work continues to live on through the many classic shows she was a part of. Even in 2025, her performances remain a part of TV history. Fans of What's Happening and classic sitcoms still enjoy seeing her in reruns, remembering her as a talented actress who could make even the smallest role memorable. When looking back at What's Happening, fans will remember the smooth-talking, streetwise Rollo Larson, played by the talented Nathaniel Taylor. As Raj's older, fast-talking friend, Rollo always had a scheme up his sleeve and a cool demeanor that made him stand out. Though he wasn't a main character, his presence always added excitement and humor to the show. Born on March 31st, 1938 in St. Louis, Missouri, Nathaniel Taylor was best known for his role as Rollo, but his career spanned beyond What's Happening, making him a beloved figure in 1970s and 1980s television. Rollo Larson, the ultimate smooth talker. Rollo Larson first gained popularity on Sanford and Son, where he played Lamont's best friend, a street-smart guy who was always getting into trouble, much to the frustration of Fred Sanford. Taylor's performance was so charismatic that he became one of the most recognizable supporting characters on the show. His role as Rollo on What's Happening was somewhat similar. He was the older, cooler guy Raj and his friends looked up to, but who often led them into trouble. Rollo's interactions with the younger crew brought plenty of laughs, as he was always trying to outsmart adults or come up with a quick hustle. After What's Happening, Nathaniel Taylor continued working in television and film. He reprised his role as Rollo in Sanford Aishipa, the short-lived sequel to Sanford and Son. He also made guest appearances on other TV shows and had a few roles in movies. Although he didn't take on many major roles after the 1980s, he remained a well-loved figure in classic TV history. He occasionally appeared at events celebrating Sanford and Son and What's Happening, where fans remembered him for his comedic timing and smooth charm. Nathaniel Taylor largely stepped away from acting in his later years, choosing to live a more private life. However, his impact on television, particularly in representing cool, confident, and street-savvy Black characters, remained significant. Sadly, Nathaniel Taylor passed away on February 7, 2019, at the age of 80 due to complications from a heart attack. His passing was a loss for classic TV fans, but his legacy lives on through reruns of Sanford and Son and What's Happening. Even in 2025, Nathaniel Taylor remains a fan favorite. His portrayal of Rollo Larson brought joy and laughter to audiences, and his influence on television is still recognized today. His work paved the way for many comedic actors, and his charm will never be forgotten. Stay tuned as we continue to explore the What's Happening cast and where their journeys have taken them over the years. When we think of What's Happening, one of the most beloved and recognizable characters is Dwayne Nelson, played by the talented Haywood Nelson. With his signature catchphrase, "Hey, hey, hey," and his easygoing personality, Dwayne was the heart of the trio, bringing a mix of innocence, charm, and humor to the show. Born on March 25, 1960 in New York City, Haywood Nelson started his acting career at a young age. Before landing the role of Dwayne, he had already appeared in several television shows, including As the World Turns and The Michael Douglas Show. However, it was What's Happening that made him a household name. On the show, Dwayne was known as the shy yet lovable member of the group, often getting caught up in the crazy schemes of his best friends Raj and Rerun. With his signature afro, friendly personality, and relatable teenage struggles, Dwayne quickly became a fan favorite. His comedic timing and natural charisma made him one of the most memorable characters in 1970s television. After What's Happening ended in 1909, Haywood Nelson reprised his role in the follow-up series What's Happening Now, which aired from 1985 to 1988. The show reunited the main cast and showed them as adults navigating their lives, careers, and relationships. Nelson's character, Dwayne, had matured but still maintained his signature kindness and humor. Unlike some of his co-stars, Haywood Nelson chose to step away from the spotlight after What's Happening Now. While he made guest appearances on various shows, he largely focused on work behind the scenes, preferring a more private life. He transitioned into production and technology, working in television production and media-related projects. Throughout the years, Haywood has remained connected to the legacy of What's Happening. He has appeared at conventions and fan events, embracing the love and admiration that fans still have for the show. In interviews, he has expressed gratitude for his time on the series, acknowledging how much it meant to him and how it impacted viewers. As of 2025, Haywood Nelson has continued to keep a low profile, preferring privacy over Hollywood fame. While he isn't as active in the entertainment industry as some of his former co-stars, his influence and contributions to television history remain significant. Fans still remember and appreciate his work, and his portrayal of Dwayne remains one of the most cherished aspects of What's Happening. Haywood Nelson's journey proves that success in Hollywood doesn't always mean chasing the spotlight. His decision to step away from acting but still honor his past work shows a level of humility and appreciation that fans respect. Though he may no longer be on our TV screens regularly, his role as Dwayne will forever be a part of sitcom history. His charm, humor, and genuine nature made What's Happening a joy to watch, and his contributions to the show's success cannot be overstated. Stay tuned as we continue to explore the What's Happening cast and where their journeys have taken them over the years. Danielle Spencer was born on June 24, 1965, in Trenton, New Jersey, and was raised in an entertainment-driven household. Her stepfather, Tim Pelt, was a successful musician, which exposed her to the world of show business at a young age. Before What's Happening, she had already shown promise as a young actress, but it was her role as Dee Thomas that made her a household name. On the show, Dee was known for her sarcastic comebacks and her ability to always get the last word. While Raj, played by Ernest Lee Thomas, often tried to be the responsible older brother, Dee was always one step ahead, using her wit and charm to get what she wanted. Her catchphrase, "Ooh, I'm telling mama," became legendary, and to this day, fans still remember her for her ability to stir up trouble in the funniest way possible. After What's Happening ended in 1979, Danielle Spencer reprised her role as Dee in the sequel series What's Happening Now, which aired from 1985 to 1988. As an older Dee, she still had her signature sass, but now as a teenager, she brought new layers to her character. Though the revival series was short-lived, it gave fans another chance to see their favorite characters back on screen. Unlike many child stars, Danielle Spencer decided to step away from Hollywood and pursue a completely different career. She followed her passion for animals and became a veterinarian, earning her Doctor of Veterinary Medicine degree from Tuskegee University. This transition made her one of the few former child stars to successfully enter an entirely new field, proving that success can come in many forms. However, her journey wasn't without its challenges. In 1977, while What's Happening was still on the air, she was involved in a serious car accident, which left her with spinal injuries. She recovered and continued acting for a time, but later in life, complications from the accident led to partial paralysis, making her mobility more difficult. Despite this, she remained incredibly strong and continued to inspire many with her resilience. In addition to her veterinary career, Danielle Spencer has stayed connected to the entertainment world by making occasional appearances at conventions and participating in interviews reflecting on her time on What's Happening. She has also been honored for her work in both television and veterinary medicine, proving that her impact goes far beyond the sitcom that made her famous. As of 2025, Danielle Spencer remains an inspiration, not just for her work as Dee Thomas, but also for her strength, perseverance, and dedication to helping animals. Her story is a testament to overcoming adversity and following one's passion, no matter the obstacles. Though she may have stepped away from acting full-time, her portrayal of Dee will always be remembered as one of the best parts of What's Happening. Fans continue to celebrate her work and her legacy as one of television's most iconic little sisters lives on. Stay tuned as we continue to explore the What's Happening cast and where their journeys have taken them over the years. And there you have it, the then and now story of the What's Happening cast. These talented actors brought us joy and laughter, and their work continues to entertain audiences to this day. Whether they went on to bigger careers, stepped away from the spotlight, or left behind a lasting legacy, they will always be remembered for their roles in this iconic show. Which character was your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more classic TV content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.